City Manager, David Brandt.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for the 2014 CREST Awards. We've been awarding CREST Awards for over 15 years now. And one thing that I've learned since I've been here is just the quality of the volunteers that we have in this community and certain attributes that they all seem to possess. The first and most striking attribute of our volunteers is they don't really expect any recognition. Oftentimes when we call people up to let them know they're going to receive this award, they literally think that we are crank calling them, and we have to know we really are going to award you this, community recognition award. And then after that, they sort of, well, it shouldn't be me. It's really my organization, and I'm so, it's kind of embarrassed, and it's really, isn't there anybody else who's more deserving? No, you've been selected by the council and the community to receive this award, and then they sort of graciously, well, okay, can I talk about my cause? Absolutely. So they're very self-effacing. Oftentimes our volunteers don't just volunteer for one cause or organization. Oftentimes they're members of the CERT team. They volunteer for West Valley Community Services. They're Rotary members, maybe 3 or 4 different organizations, and oftentimes their volunteer activities take 10, 15 hours a week, sometimes on top of a career. So not only are they self-effacing, but they're also very dedicated. And volunteers for this community really, like I've said many times before, they make our community what it is. We've recognized that recently because we've been selected as one of the top 10 highest quality of life suburbs in the country. And while we at City Hall like to take all the credit for that, we know that it really isn't us. We have so many volunteers here that do so many great things, and they're what make this community the high quality of life suburb in the United States. And it's those selfless people who we're here to recognize once again. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to our Honorable Mayor Gilbert Wong for a few opening remarks before we start on with the presentation.
Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Every year, I'm so proud to come here. I personally have received a CREST Award as well too, and this is my highlight for the community as we're honoring our volunteers. And we have 10 wonderful groups and individuals to honor tonight. So moving forward, first I will announce the name of the recipient, which is Rob McCoy. And can we have the video roll, please?
Among all the volunteers in Cupertino, Rob McCoy must certainly hold the record for number of meetings attended. As a member of the Public Safety Commission, he's naturally on hand for those get-togethers, but he's often spotted at other commission meetings as well. Bicycles and pedestrians, teen, and technology and information, to name a few. He serves as a public safety liaison for those commissions and for other city groups as well. Wherever he goes, Rob shows a knack for bringing people together and building consensus among different interest groups. A devoted CERT member, he participates in all club steering committee, planning and training meetings. And 3 times a year, he meets with the county sheriff's office and helps to man the city's DUI checkpoint from 6 p.m. to midnight. Last year, Rob volunteered nearly 200 hours of service to the community. And if you didn't see him working at the last citywide event, he was probably at a meeting.
Rob McCoy. Can you please come to the stage? So this is a point where I say a few words about Commissioner McCoy, and I got to know Rob when he got onto the Public Safety Commission. He kind of reminds me of me, a very quiet, happy face, and kind of behind the scenes. But as you know, he was very involved in launching the fire department mobile app, Pulse Point, that he presented in front of the City Council. Also, Rob serves as the incidental manager for the city's annual Big Bunny Fun Run, which means he's behind the scenes managing the CERT, the CARES, MRC volunteers during that event. He also serves as another pair of eyes for the Sheriff's Department, calling on suspicious behavior, the activities that had led to arrest of would-be burglars. Rob's many volunteer effects are confined to nights and weekends because during the day, he's a stay-at-home dad in charge of 2 active toddlers. His duties allow his wife the time that she needs to manage the multiple dental clinics. And I see Blossom down below, and I also know both of them as they're just a wonderful team. But I'm so honored that you've been picked tonight, Rob, and would like to present now the award. First, we give you. There's the magic. First, we give you the Crescent 2004 CREST Award. Thank you. You're welcome. Take it. And there are various proclamations here from Congressman Mike Honda, the mayor, State Senator Paul Fong, State Senator Jim Bell, and did I miss anybody? And County Supervisor Joseph Median. With that, I'll put this here, and why don't you say a few words, please?
Good evening. I'd like to thank everyone for their support, most of all my wife for putting up with the schedule that attending all the meetings had on me and our family. I'd like to thank all the volunteers, and I urge everyone to do their part and serve the city as well. Please download PulsePoint, learn CPR, respond, and save a life. Thank you.
The second recipient tonight is Janice Sung, also go by Janice Sung. Can you roll the tape, please? Can you roll the tape, please?
In a city of thriving diversity, Janice Sung stands out as one of Cupertino's most devoted promoters of cultural understanding. Last year, as vice chair of the Cupertino Hsinchu Sister City Association, she brought local students to Hsinchu in the spring, and in the fall, when Taiwanese students visited Cupertino, she arranged their stays with host families. Janice spent countless hours encouraging student and business exchange and government-to-government contact. Her work paved the way for Mayor Wong's visit this spring to Hsinchu and Taipei. In 2013, Janice served as director of the Taiwanese and Chinese American Athletic Tournament, an event that draws students from throughout the Bay Area to compete in athletic contests. And when the inspiring Taiwanese Grand Riders came to town, she organized a series of events to introduce this senior citizen motorbike riding group to the community. With boundless energy and passion, Janice helps ensure a rich and vibrant quality of life for all residents.
I'd like to call Janice Sung to the stage. I have known Janice for many, many years, and she's truly a friend. Janice was born in Taiwan and came to the U.S. in 1996. 6 years later, she became a U.S. citizen. She and her husband founded an organization called the American Tea Culture Association to introduce people to the art of brewing tea and related Zen concepts. Several times each year, they conducted demonstrations of tea tasting at events such as the Lunar New Year, Fall Festival, and the Happy Kids Day at Memorial Park. She's a strong ambassador for the cultural exchange, and 2 years ago, she was named Asian American Heroes Award from the Santa Clara County Supervisor, District 5. One of the many talents in fundraising with the athletic organization that she was volunteering for needed a budget of $150,000 to put on a tournament, and Janice raised the amount from basically nothing in a period of 2 short months. From the Tea Ceremony Association, from the Sports Federation, from the Taiwan Republic of China, to the Cupertino Hsinchu Sister City, Janice is like a superwoman, and she's just, I mean, whenever she has, but of course she has a great team behind her, as well as her wonderful husband who's out there as well, and this is a well-deserved award to my friend Janice Sung. Thank you.
Pages.
可以。
I prepare whole pages, but I think I don't need to read it. But I truly want to thank my family, especially my husband, Chong Chi Lin. And my younger son, Chase Lin. He's not here now. I would like to thank. Oh, sorry, I didn't see him. and
He's not here.
and also my grandson, Asen Lin. He's 1 year and 10 months old. I cannot. Let's read my article. Yeah. I'd like to thank a few friends of mine, Song Chen and Jenny Tan is here, and Vicky Tsai, Angela Chen, and Jia Lin, our Hsinchu's chair of the Cupertino Hsinchu Sister City Association. I would like to thank for all my team members who always volunteer to work together with me. No matter what, without you, I wouldn't be here tonight. Sun Zhongshan, Sun Yixian, a Chinese revolutionary, once said, 人生以服务为目的, which means our life should center on serving and helping others. It's something I stand by since I've been a child. I immigrated to the U.S. in 1996. It was a new world, new life, and I knew no one. It was a tough road, but now my life is here, and my family is still here. My 2 sons now have become fathers. And I have many great friends here in the Bay Area who also work with me to build this wonderful community together. Volunteer is my passion because I know how challenging living in foreign land can be. I treat the community just like my own family. I have always tried to participate and help out in any event that can use my help. Some of what I consider notable achievements include being the chair of Taiwanese Chinese American Athletic Tournament, founding member of American Tea Culture Association, and the organizer of Double 10 Golf Tournament and the Grand Rider event. I want to talk about an experience I had during my 10 years service as the organizer of the Cupertino Hsinchu Sister City. Taking students to study and experience living abroad in one of the Asia's biggest technology capital, Hsinchu, is part of the job. Seeing the student grow is the reward. We eat, have fun, and learn together, coming back seeing how the students gain new perspective on education and on life is proof to the impact we have on the society. It's when I realized that young is our future, and I believe we must do our best to cultivate their potential for a brighter tomorrow. I want to thank you again for giving me the privilege to stand before you tonight and receive this tremendous honor. Thank you. Oh. Thank you.
Before I leave the stage here, Janice has been such a good friend that she took me twice to Taiwan to visit our sister city. We were in a restaurant, and she said, "I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the bathroom." 10 minutes later, she comes back with a pair of white shoes. As we were walking down the market, I just turned around and then said, "Where did Janice go?" And then 5 minutes later, she comes with a very big watermelon and said, "I got a really good price, Gilbert." You know. So if you go to Taipei, she's the best person to go shopping. I thought I was a vivid shopper, but she shops really good. I won't tell my wife that. With that, those are my two presenters, and I'm really proud to present Vice Mayor Ross Sinks to present the next two speakers. Thank you.
So next we're going to talk about Inge Roberts. And let's roll the video. Wow, look at the fan club out here.
Inge Roberts tends her bountiful garden with the same loving care and devotion that she gives to friends, neighbors, and strangers in need. For her, sharing fresh vegetables, cooking and delivering meals, walking with patients, and driving people to medical appointments are not volunteer activities. They are small acts of kindness that fill a need. For actual volunteer work, she embraces the mission of Quota International of Cupertino. An active club member for the past 6 years, Inge served as co-president of Quota last year for a second consecutive term. She co-chaired the club's annual birthday celebration, which brings together all of the district's 12 branches and helped coordinate Quota's participation in the city's Housing, Community, and Longevity Forum. A warm and compassionate volunteer, Inge immersed herself in many of the club's service projects last year, from benefit brunches and fundraising events to activities benefiting seniors, children, and abused women. As Inge's garden is a testament to her nurturing spirit, so too are the many lives that she has tended to throughout the years.
Now, Inge, come on up on stage, please. Since this is a multicultural audience, I'm sure they'll appreciate another language being spoken, and perhaps we can find an interpreter in the house. So here we go. Inge wurde in Berlin geboren und hat in München an der Uni studiert. Welchen Uni? Welche?
Universität von München.
Ja, okay, gut. Und sie hat auch einen Abschluss als Lehrer für Mathematik und Naturwissenschaft bei der San Jose State Uni gemacht, ja?
Ja.
Okay. Ja? Meine Frau kommt aus Hamburg.
Aus Hamburg. Ja.
Aus Hamburg, ja.
Ja.
Let's see, I guess I better start over. So Inge was born in Berlin. She received a degree in arts education at the University of Munich and a teaching credential in math and science at San Jose State University. That's what I said. She and her husband, Paul, traveled extensively when they were married, and her family has made trips to such places, far-flung places as Laos and Cambodia, and even Myanmar, where they delivered medical supplies for those in need. She began volunteering when her 3 children, all of whom are now engineers, are they here in the Valley?
No, none of them lives in the valley.
No.
No, I can't even think.
So,
Person, I can think.
yeah, and you began volunteering while they were in school.
Yeah.
And when Prop 13 resulted in reduced funding in our schools, Inge set up a program providing an hour of art education per week in all of Lincoln Elementary School's classrooms. So that's a huge deal. And my children, as well as many of yours, probably enjoyed the privilege of having art in the classroom, thanks to you. So in addition to your many other volunteer duties, we know that you're a member of your neighborhood earthquake preparedness committee. And for several years, you directed the first aid component of that committee. So Inge, we are thrilled to have you here for this award. Let me present it to you. Here are all the certificates that can wallpaper your bathroom or wherever else. And this lovely piece of glass.
Thank you so much.
And you're welcome to make a remark or two if you like.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I cannot personally or in person thank my children, nor my husband who passed away 8 years ago. And my children live in Florence, in Seattle, and the one closest to me is in Nevada City. So, but they are all very proud, and I have to say I was very astonished to get the call, because I somehow equated volunteerism with hard work and duties, and I had so much fun doing what I have been doing, and thought that was in itself a goal. And I didn't need to be honored for having done these things. I'm very happy to be here in Cupertino. My daughter wants me to come and move to Italy, and I told her no. So yeah, and I have so many supporters who helped me in my work or turned me on to being a volunteer that I have to thank them as well. Thank you for that honor.
Ausgezeichnet. Wow, that's high praise. That's a really long word that just means excellent. Yeah, ausgezeichnet. Okay. Next, I'd like to pay tribute to the Union Church of Cupertino. And let's see the video.
When it comes to living out your faith, the Union Church of Cupertino practices what it preaches. Established in the heart of the city 130 years ago, the service-oriented church has built up and maintained a thriving community outreach program through partnerships with many local nonprofits. Last year, as it has for several years, the Union Church donated needed space to West Valley Community Services for its annual Adopt a Family holiday program. The church offered the rooms needed to host the event, and its members loaded and unloaded cars, distributed gifts to 150 needy families, and provided refreshments. A longtime participant in the rotating shelter program, Union Church again opened its doors last year to 15 homeless men who found a warm and safe haven and a hot home-cooked meal every evening. The church's active assembly works directly with many other nonprofits, including Second Harvest Food Bank, the Bill Wilson Center, Live Oak Adult Daycare, Habitat for Humanity, Friends Outside, and the YMCA. Members' generous and inclusive spirits have made the Union Church an iconic symbol of faith in action in Cupertino.
Can I have the representative or representatives from Union Church come on up, please? And you are?
I am Mark Brady. I'm the pastor at Union Church of Cupertino.
Wonderful.
It's nice to meet you. Thank you.
And so how many pastors have there been in the history of your church? It has a long history.
Count. Since 1884,
Yes.
when the first pastor came, there have been many. But you are certainly welcome to come and pick up books that have been put together on the history of Union Church, 2 of them that we have at the church, that chronicle the church from its beginnings as a Bible study on McClellan Road, and becoming then, out of that Bible study, a community of faith that served this area for 130 years.
That's awesome. Yeah, so my understanding, I'll fill in a little history for the rest of you that we put together. Originally at the corner of Stevens Creek and De Anza Boulevards, which has a long and storied history, of course. In those days, in 1884, here in this area, sea captains and orchard workers traveled miles by horse, wagon, and foot over dirt roads to attend services at the church. And it was relocated, the church was relocated in the 50s to its present site on Stevens Creek Boulevard, right across from Target, more or less, right? Whole Foods, yes, that's right. So, you know, my disaggregation function was up there, so. In addition to being among the oldest churches in the region, it's also the first Protestant church in Santa Clara Valley, which is really remarkable. I guess you couldn't beat the missions, but yeah. Catholics got there here first. Church members have a long history of community support, and in the 30s, during the Depression, they reached out to residents of all faiths in need. And then we've heard the story of West Valley Community Services. So it's a remarkable record of service to the community and nurturing of members who choose to worship and participate in service there. I know you're part of shelters as well, yeah, the rotating shelter. So on behalf of the city of Cupertino, you may have a suitable wall in the sanctuary for all.
Thank you so much.
But maybe this one is a briefer form and a beautiful one.
Thank you.
You're welcome to say a few words further.
Thank you. Actually, I should say it's very courageous of you to invite a preacher to come and stand at your microphone. I'm not so much for what I might say, but for how long it will take me to say it. Yeah.
I have some colleagues that
I'd just like to recognize some of the leadership of Union Church that's here. If you would you please stand? This is really a tremendous honor, and it's an honor for me to serve the Union Church and to serve and be a part of this wonderful community. My wife, Diana, and I and our family, we've been here now just about 10 years, and it is an amazing place to be, a community of welcome and inclusion, and continuing to invite us and challenge us to build bridges of connections in the community. And so we've been blessed to build bridges between Union Church and Crystal Children's Choir. And as a matter of fact, Crystal Choir will be singing in church on Sunday. You're all invited. The CREC after school program and some of the other community groups that use our facility cultivate a sense of our connection with one another. Many years ago, long before Union Church was established, back in the early years of the early church, back in 258 AD, one of the leaders of the church in Rome, Lawrence, was invited to the city center to meet with the mayor, the prefect in Rome. And the issue was that the Roman leadership wanted the treasures of the church. There was a persecution going on, and they called Lawrence to Rome to meet with the prefect and to bring with him the treasures of the church. And so Lawrence said, give me 3 days, and in 3 days I'll bring you the treasures of the church. And in that time, what he did was they dispersed all the wealth that they had to the poor in Rome. And then he gathered up some ordinary folks and some poor and some widows and orphans, and he brought them with him to meet the prefect, and he said, "Here, these are the treasures of the church." And at Union Church, it is the ordinary saints who serve every day, living faithfully, trying to love God and love their neighbor, who are the treasures of the church. And it's an amazing thing when people share simple acts of kindness and generosity, and it is and can be transformational, not only in our lives, but in our community life. So it is a tremendous honor for the church to receive this recognition, and thank you to the city and to all of our neighbors.
Now, before you sit down, I'm going to suggest that all of you who are treasures of this particular church come on up here for a photo. You deserve to be part of this. Come on up, quick. Let's go.
Whoever's taking notes, we call this the altar call.
Communion is next.
There you go.
Here you go. Come on, all you Union Church folks.
Come on, bring people in here. And Gail can be here because they've been here for 90 years.
I'll tell you, my mother and my grandmother both were Presbyterians.
Wonderful. We're glad y'all came out tonight.
Good to see you twice this week. Hey, you made it.
Okay. Smile. Thank you all very much. At this time, I'd like to call Orrin Mahoney to the stage to present our next awards.
Well, thanks. It's actually a little bittersweet here for me because when I was having dinner tonight, I said, well, I guess I'm going to my last CREST Awards. And my wife said, no, you can go again. I get, well, yeah, I meant the last one that I'd be presenting at. And I probably will come again because I think, one of the things I've certainly experienced over the last 9 years of doing this, and it's true again this year, is the connectivity in Cupertino and the broad set of what brings everybody here and what connects them together. And as I look even at tonight's recipients, I know Janice through a number of the different events that she talked about, whether it's the Tea Culture Association, the athletic event, the Sister City. I served on a planning commission with Inge's husband, Paul, for many years. Union Church, I've never been there, but Roy Dunn, that was a Rotary member, I know served there for a long time and certainly brought the spirit of what you guys do into Rotary and the rest of the community. And later on, we'll hear about the Auto Tech program. And even all the other people, I know them from various things when I talk about some of the people I'll be presenting. So, I think that's a strength of Cupertino. As our city manager said, we could not do all of the things that we do as a city and all of the awards we get for a great place to live without all the volunteers. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my first volunteer tonight, and it'd be Dick Schuster, and roll tape.
Every Wednesday morning when many people are just waking up, 80-year-old Dick Schuster is on the road in his trusty pickup. Rain or shine, his first stop is a local Safeway where he loads up fresh donated breads and pastries. Then it's off to West Valley Community Services to deliver the baked goods that help fill the food pantry. During the past 10 years, Dick has been a gleaner for WVCS, collecting and delivering food. Last year, on the average, he picked up 255 pounds of food on each of his weekly trips to the grocery store. Dick is also a dedicated volunteer at the Cupertino Senior Center. Here, he works with the case management program, contacting clients to make sure they're safe. He also assists in updating client resource lists, and he contacts service providers to obtain the latest pricing and requirements. When not in the office, Dick visits homebound seniors, a well-suited activity for someone who is friendly, gregarious, and always ready to lend a hand.
Dick, come on up. Dick? All right. We should sit you up front. Yeah. So this is another personal connection. I've known Dick for a long time. I think before he was on the Housing Commission, but certainly when you're on the Housing Commission and in various activities. And I learned a little bit more here when we had our little cheat sheet for tonight. So while that truck looked very reliable in the video, there's a story here about one time when he was picking up the food and the truck broke down and you commandeered a stranger driving by, or you didn't get arrested for carjacking, or how did you do that?
That's a secret.
That's a secret, okay. But he actually did commandeer a passing car and got that delivered here. Dick is a devoted father to 3 daughters and is a lifetime learner. And he enjoys fishing, and again, it's not just a hobby. Sometimes he brings that back and helps that in the food bank as well to serve people there. And as I say, besides his community volunteer activities, he was a former member of the Cupertino Housing Commission. So, Dick?
Pleasure. Thank you.
Here's the good stuff. Let's get a picture here, and then I'll let you talk.
Orrin mentioned I had 3 daughters. My 4th daughter is, and her husband escorted me here, Lori and Kevin.
Hey, I only read what they give me.
Anyway, one of the things I've discovered in volunteering for nonprofits is very hard not to make friends. I mean, it's amazing. You got the staff, fellow volunteers, and clients for all these different organizations. So it's been a blessing and a privilege to serve in this city, which I love. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Next, it's my privilege to announce Cindy Van Zoeren.
Cindy Van Zoeren faces more challenges in her daily life than most people, but that's never stopped her from doing the volunteer work that she loves. Born with Down syndrome, she's been one of West Valley Community Services' most dedicated helpers for the past 12 years. Every Friday morning last year, she boarded a bus in Sunnyvale and arrived at WVCS in time for her 3-hour shift as an office assistant. In this role, she ensures that outreach materials are replenished and client documents are readily on hand. She makes copies, prepares food slips, and keeps the office well supplied. Agency staffers say Cindy's attention to detail and ability to complete work that could fall through the cracks enables them to focus more on providing critical services. Always looking for ways to help and interact with others, Cindy also volunteers for Palo Alto Medical Foundation and Sunnyvale Presbyterian Church. And wherever she goes, Cindy performs her duties with an ever-present smile on her face, a winning reflection of her engaging personality.
Cindy, come on up. Here she comes. It's going to be bright up here, let me tell you. Very good. Olivia's talking about it. So Sydney is actually one of the volunteers that I don't know very well, but it was great to learn more about her, and I was impressed with all the work she had done before, and now learning a little bit about her background, I'm even more impressed. Sydney moved to Cupertino when she was 6 months old and has been involved as a volunteer for most of her life, staying busy and finding much joy and pride in helping others. She started working at West Valley Community Services in the food pantry more than 12 years ago, moving with the agency when it relocated over to its current Vista Drive site. As we understand, she's encountered many significant health and physical challenges, especially in the last 5 years, but her dedication to volunteer work has never wavered. I mean, you saw she's on three different organizations. In addition to volunteering, she loves music, knitting, sketching, traveling, and being outdoors, enjoying the wonders of nature as many of us do. So, Cindy, thank you very much. Let me step over here and take a picture. Let's come on over here. I'll take all of this. Oh, all right. We got flowers. Excellent. Let me bring this down.
This is about tracking. Thank you very much for this award. Thank you. I love the work very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
Well, that was special. So now it's time for me to introduce my fellow council member, good friend, and almost finalist for the assembly race, Barry Chang.
Thank you, Orrin. So nice. What Orrin was trying to say is I lost last night, okay? By 1,000 votes. And I'm also the one that my vice mayor was hinting one of our council members will talk longer than their pastor. I'm one of them. It's my great pleasure to introduce Paula. So can we see it?
Paula de Cillis, a retiree, joined Quota International of Cupertino 2 years ago and immediately went back to work. She dived readily into leadership roles in club activities, and last year she even initiated a successful new fundraising event, a yard sale, which she planned, organized, and hosted at her own home. In 2013, Paula also chaired 2 service projects for shut-ins and co-chaired Quota's Holiday Boutique and the club's annual recognition luncheon. In addition, she gave countless hours to such activities as shopping with needy children and collecting necessities for victims of domestic violence. Beyond Quota, Paula worked with Cupertino Host Lions last year, assisting the group pack and deliver thousands of pounds of clothing for the Navajo Nation Tribal Council. A longtime Cupertino volunteer, Paula's efforts have touched scores of people in need. Her work is marked by quiet efficiency, but the impact it carries is loud enough to be heard in every corner of the community.
Paula, coming up, please. Paula is on the way here. I want to ask the audience, how many of you can speak a tribal language? Raise your hand. She can. All right. How many of you have climbed the half dome twice? Raise your hand. Okay, one there. Probably younger than Cindy or older than Cindy, staying here. Cindy was here in Cupertino since he was a few months old, right? You were 9 years old. So how many people were 9 years or younger when they were in Cupertino? Raise your hand. Oh, a couple of them. Good. All right. So Paula is part Native American Indian and a member of the, did I pronounce this word correct? Wyandotte tribe in Oklahoma. She attends a cultural event every fall where she learns about the tribal language. So that's why I'm asking you how many of you can speak tribal language, right? And history and her heritage. And she also lived in Cupertino since she was 9 years old. Okay, so long time, right? So I don't want to ask your age, okay? That's absolutely no, okay. She's one of the primary donor of the Cillis Vietnam conflict collection at the Anza College Library, the largest collection of its kind in the community college and the second largest in the nation, okay? And Paula is a musician. Besides climbing the half dome, speaking the tribal language, she also plays harps. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're very good at it, right? Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. And she also volunteered for that group too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then other hobby is she like knitting and also gardening and hiking. So we have two in common. I like gardening and I like hiking, but I haven't done half dome yet. Okay. So where's, okay, right here. All set? Can you say a few words more? A few. Okay, sure. Or you can say as long as you wish.
I am honored and very humbled to receive this award from the city of Cupertino, where I've lived and been blessed to live for most of my life. To the remarkable women of Quota International who have given me so many opportunities, I thank you. You guys are simply amazing in what you do, and I'm very grateful and proud to be a member of that organization. To the love of my life, Paul D. Cillis, I thank you. To my daughters, Rebecca and Cassidy, and their husbands, Brandon and Jason, and my little new grandson, Levi, who is 6 months old. You guys give me unconditional support, love, and encouragement, and you are my rock. So thank you so much.
Sure, thank you very much.
I voted for you.
Oh, thank you. Did you hear what Paula just told me? She voted for me. Without your vote, I'll be losing by 1,001 vote, right? May I ask how many of you voted for me? No, just kidding, just kidding. Okay. The next one I want to introduce is Lincoln Youth and Community Service, LYNCS. Can we have it?
A hefty dose of youthful energy goes a long way in the world of volunteerism. And for more than 10 years, students in the LINKS program have been injecting West Valley Community Services with their own special brand of spirited dedication and lively engagement. LINKS, which stands for Linking Youth and Community Services, is a program for students 18 to 22 years old with developmental disabilities. The partnership between LINKS and WVCS is more than simply a win-win. It's a venture that benefits the agency, the young volunteers, and the thousands of clients who walk into WVCS every year. In 2013, 6 LINK students contributed 366 hours of volunteer service. They tackled jobs from sorting food donations to database entry, demonstrating a characteristic can-do attitude and a deep-rooted desire to help others. Each year, as skills improve and confidence grows, the young volunteers add more hours and responsibilities. Their ultimate goals are to gain employment, live independently, and of course, keep on giving.
Can I have all the LINKS students coming up, please? Any? Coming up. Don't be so shy. You know, I just remember, if I have them help me walk precinct, I probably will win it, right? LINKS is a post-secondary program operated by the Fremont Union High School district. The program includes a component for volunteer work. And then I remember what they say here is one of the hardest part is to remember the bus route, right? So you have to tell us why it's so hard to remember the bus route when you coming up, say a few words, okay? Because I would like to know why it's so hard. Okay. One of the challenges that LINKS students have when they volunteer for West Valley Community Service is learning how to access public transportation and use it independently, and remembering the bus line and the schedule. Okay, probably because the BTA keep changing the bus route and also keep changing the schedule. That's probably why they have a hard time to remember. So I want to hear directly from their mouths. Okay. In addition to their volunteer service, the students are enrolled in the full load of classes, and they participate in work study program and the vocational training. Okay, I also want to know a little bit more about the vocational training too. Okay, would that be okay? Yeah. Okay, we'll just give you a little bit head ups first. Okay, so you won't get a surprise. And the West Valley Community Service administrators say that LINKS students are known for their strong work ethic. That's what I need, because I did not work hard enough. And they always arrive at the agency excited and ready to work hard. That's good. And the work they do helps them build skills they can carry into a real work setting. So you're ready for getting into the real world, right? Okay, so come on up. That's just joking, okay? All right, coming up. Ready? All right, so coming up, say a few words, each one of you. Come on, don't be so shy. Yeah.
Hi. I just want to say thank you all for helping me volunteer at the sign, and I just want to thank my family who's here and my teacher who's here.
Good.
I would like to thank my friends and teachers for coming to the CREST Awards.
Go ahead.
It's a real honor to be receiving this award. So I want to thank my friends, family, and teachers for giving me this opportunity to receive this award. Thank you.
I want to say thanks for everybody for coming tonight for the CREST Award. And
I'd like to thank you to everybody to be here tonight, especially my teachers, Mary Denise, and all my supervisors for all the different places I've been volunteer, and thank you to be here.
All right, thank you very much. Do you know why I asked them to say a few words? Because when I was in the middle school, and I was #1 in my class, so the teacher appointed me as the class leader. But I cannot do any public speaking. Once I stand up, my leg was trembling, and my mouth was uttering, so I figured out after that I need to give everybody, especially younger generation, a little bit chance to get the public speaking, because this is training, part of the training too. So it's my honor to introduce my council member, Mark Santoro, coming up.
First, I'd like to say almost congratulations, Barry. And so all of you that have stage fright, there's hope for you. You can see how well Barry does. The first time I ever got on stage, I almost threw up as well, so I understand the feeling. Well, I don't have too much to say because my esteemed fellow council members have done a wonderful job. They're just as entertaining if you ever watch the council meetings as well, and a great group to work with. And I actually do mean that. They're, I think, you have a wonderful council representing the city, president company excluded. So first, I'd like to introduce the Cupertino Senior Center volunteers.
One message the Cupertino Senior Center and its members take to heart is that you are never too old to learn. Proving that point are 19 volunteer instructors who share their expertise on topics from calligraphy to computers with eager seniors. Last year, the teachers put in nearly 900 hours of service, reaching more than 1,000 class participants. Much of the work is done before a lesson even begins, as instructors update their own skills by learning new songs and dances, researching current information, and mastering the latest computer programs. Although these 19 dedicated instructors come from all walks of life, they are lawyers, engineers, homemakers, teachers, and more, they have one thing in common. Each is committed to enriching the lives and minds of those they touch. Whether it's hula dancing or harmonica playing, Pilates or iPads, the instructors help seniors stay active, involved, healthy, and connected to the community.
So I have the experience of learning from my predecessor, so I'm not going to use the cheat sheet because I don't want to embarrass myself. I would like to say that I've actually got to have dinner. There was a volunteer organization dinner recently, and many of these volunteers were here. And they just do a great job. It was a wonderful dinner, by the way, and there was actually a bird show where there were parrots and macaws and cockatoos, and it was a lot of fun as well. But it's a super group of people. They work tirelessly, long hours, helping at the Senior Center. If any of you haven't been to the Senior Center, I encourage you to visit. It's a wonderful place. So with that, I'm not sure how many of you are going to be here, but if you'll all come up, I think it'd be great. The senior citizen volunteers, if you can come to the stage, please. When they get up here, they'll realize why we keep going like this, because the lights are in our eyes, and I hear rustling, so I know you guys are coming. So I also learned from Barry to keep a good grip on this, just in case I'm not a good enough juggler. And I want to thank our wonderful help here, who's sitting here quietly, keeping us all with the right stuff. This is why you study math in school, so you can count for your count. Smile. You got it? Please.
Let me hang on to you a little bit. Here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. You got up the steps so well.
Maybe 10 years ago, I came to Cupertino and asked what I could do, and they said we need a computer teacher. So for all this time, I've taught 4 classes there: introduction, email, internet, and maintaining your computer so you don't have to hire somebody to come and take care of it. And I've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people I've taught, and the one that came back to me was a lady that had broken her hip and had to go to the hospital. And her children gave her a laptop with a Skype, and it made her whole hospital stay and rehabilitation so much better. She was able to use the Skype and say to her friends, "This is my doctor, these are my flowers, this is my room." So I think if we triple that to all the students that I've taught that have enjoyed getting into the electronic age, I'm really happy that I was able to do that for them, because I'm going to retire very soon. I have a health problem, and I may get better. But I've enjoyed all the years that I've had the 4 classes there, and I had 2 wonderful coaches that followed me for 12 years. They've been with me, my 2 coaches, my Chinese and my American people. But I have so enjoyed what I've done, and I hope to return. Thank you.
Well, I taught in this district for 37 years at Kennedy, at Hanson, at what else? Hyde. And I've been a volunteer now teaching iPad, and also I think I taught 1 session of iPhoto on a computer. So I know, I've seen Maggie around and Paul, and I love teaching iPad. So I teach twice a week, and it's really fun getting to know all of my students.
Oh, I've taught in the community, in the school district as well, and in private industry before teaching with our senior center. But I'm part of the music program. They call me the harmonica lady. So we have harmonica classes, and I teach beginning ukulele classes, and now we're developing a bass class. So if anybody's interested in playing the bass, please come to our bass class. Teresa Moe has been wonderful to work with. I'm very, very sorry to see her retire, but I know our program will continue to be strong, and I really appreciate being a part of it.
I teach intermediate English conversation, and I have to tell you, that is just the most fun thing a person could do. Because we don't really get too hung up in grammar. What we do is tell our stories. Every week we have a topic we prepare for, and it might be our family tree, or it might be just a piece of fruit or vegetable we found at the farmer's market that we want to talk about. the topics are all over the board, and it's just been exhilarating. I recommend it. Thank you.
Okay. Got all your pictures? Thank you. You want to say something? No. Okay.
Take that and give that to someone.
Around here, not many people know about me.
They do now.
When I first time I heard about CREST Award, I thought it was some kind of a toothpaste. Now I know what that is. I teach computer course in Cupertino Senior Center, I think around for 10 years. And I only teach what they call the PC for Mandarin speakers or iPad for Mandarin speakers. So at the starting of the class, I told my students, I said, when you come to my class, you learn two things. You learn PC or iPad, but you also learn English. Because it's very hard to say many things, everything in Chinese. Well, I enjoy teaching at the Cupertino Senior Center. Thank you.
So next up, we have the Anza College Auto Tech Club.
Like a well-oiled machine, Anza College's Auto Tech Club can be depended upon for steady and reliable service when it's most needed. For 16 years, the club has been an important vehicle in the ongoing battle against hunger waged by West Valley Community Services. Students hold an annual canned food drive every winter, an event that seems to gain speed with each passing year. Last year, 80 students in the club collected an astonishing 8,800 cans of food for the WVCS food pantry. That was 2,000 more cans than the previous year. The students drove 18 trucks filled to overflowing to the agency. They unloaded the truck beds and helped to store the food, making the drop-off an easy process for WVCS workers. The club's commitment to prevent and address hunger is driven by a simple goal: to take the life-affirming skills they've learned in school beyond the classroom and into the community.
So apparently I have a second cheat sheet that she's pointed out is taped here in case I was too silly to bring the first one. Anyway, I actually should probably thank or pick on the Auto Tech Club. They're part of the reason I have an electric car, which according to my notice actually is done charging, so I should be going and getting it. But anyway, they do a lot of great volunteer work. They have a fantastic automotive program at Anza College. For those of you who don't know, it's one of the best in the country, and one of the few that really goes to the extents they do to train people. And so with that, I'd like to welcome up the members of the Auto Tech Club. They're some of the few people who actually know what a think is. Would you like to say something? I'm going to make you say something. So.
All right. Hi, everyone. I
Ali and myself are representing the Auto Tech Club tonight. We would like to extend a huge thanks to the City of Cupertino for this amazing award. But a lot of the thanks go to the students and faculty members of our club, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do for the community. And it's a very rewarding experience, so thank you very much.
I'd actually like to thank the program, the faculty, Mr. Capitello right here, Mr. P. Fernaza, who wasn't able to attend, Mr. Randy Bryant, Mr. Rick Maynard. They make the place literally like a family. You know, we're there from 7:30 to 12:30 every day, and they make the whole canned food drive like a competition, and it's great to help the community. So thank you.
I should say they also have free charging stations over there for anybody who happens to want to go by and visit them. Got that, Rod? With that, we're going to return the program in a second back to the mayor. A lot of people are curious why each of us, it turns out we kind of rotate around, and all of us want to give everyone all the awards, and so we kind of split it amongst ourselves. So just because one of us gave one person an award rather than another didn't mean we didn't want to give that other award out, but we were not allowed to give all of them out, otherwise the mayor would hog them, and then where would we be? So speaking of which, with that, I'd like to return the program back to our mayor, Gilbert Wong.
Now I wonder, why do I come back for the second time to be mayor this year? I'm really proud to have all of our 5 council members here tonight, as well as city manager David Brandt and Colleen for helping us tonight. As our most senior council member, Orrin Mahoney, says, as he's been presenting for 9 years, and we'll miss him, but he still has 6 more months to go here, is that this is truly an honor to honor the 10 individuals and organizations tonight. We've been doing this for 17 years, and every year it really amazes me on how we get these wonderful nominees. I mean, I wonder that, are we going to run out? And I don't think so, because Cupertino is a really special community, which is home of Apple Inc., one of the best public schools and one of the most diverse communities that we have. And with many nonprofit organizations and individuals out there, I know that for many, many years that I will come back, like Orrin is saying, to celebrate our community, because you guys is what makes Cupertino special. Thank you and good night. There's many food out there, so please stay for the reception. I do want to kindly ask that the folks who did receive an award, that you can come on up with the council members and take one group picture like we do each year. I really appreciate it. And again, thank you and good evening.